Opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of Bolin Services Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by Bolin Services Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. All original content on this presentation is owned in full and solely by Kenneth W. Bolin. Warning. A warning is about to occur.
Warning. The following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the story.
Nobody, not sponsored by anybody. We have no sponsors for the warning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Starmaker Bolin Show. My name is Bob Hazelwood, and as of this moment, I am flying solo. Kenny is expected to be joining me at any moment now. We've been promised the return of Coletrane. We will see if that happens or not. In the meantime, I'm here to tell you that we are, as always, raising money for Filipino families and the Louisville, Kentucky area homeless. We've been focusing mostly on the Filipinos because, quite frankly, a dollar goes further in the Philippines than it goes into Kentucky. There's also most of the folks there have their government programs available for most folks that are homeless. And there's not a lot of government programs available for the folks in the Philippines. So we do focus a lot of our efforts there. If you want to donate to the show, I'm kind of talking to the air right now. I know there's a lot of folks still joining. We actually started on time, which is a shock. I know that people really aren't used to that. But you can donate below. PayPal, Kenny at Bolin Services is incorporated at gmail.com. That's the official one set up for the 501c3. All of your donations are tax deductible, but if you use that address, it's easier to keep track of. Venmo, Kenny Bolin 1, Cash App, Starmaker Bolin. There's also a couple more PayPal accounts that you can use, Kenny's personal one. But again, prefer that you use the PayPal and use the charity's address, because that simply makes it easier for you to track as far as your deductible donations. So there's that. I'm going to not be talking a lot about just whatever. I didn't plan on running solo. Hello, Jefferson Kagamak. Hope I pronounced that last name right. I probably did not. Hello, Joan. Hopefully Kenny will be joining us really soon. He was running a little late for dinner, but said that he would join us between 5 and 10 minutes at the very latest. So we'll see how that goes. We can talk about wrestling if you want to. We can talk about sports if you want to. Tragedy today here in Dallas. One of the Dallas Cowboy players, a defensive end by the name of, let me get his name right so I don't say this wrong here. Defensive end Marshawn Nealand died today. There was a police chase that tried to be a traffic stop. Apparently, he crashed his car as a result of the police chase, took off from the scene, and before they could apprehend him or catch him, he killed himself. So a terrible tragedy. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, I have nothing other than what's been on the news. He was found about 1:30 a.m. this morning, dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Uh, he had texted his family goodbye right minutes after midnight. So, man, you just never know what's going on. This is a guy who had everything going for him, right? He's an NFL player, making a good amount of money, um, with all the assets or all the resources that the NFL has, that the Dallas Cowboys have, uh, and yet a couple of minutes gone wrong in his life, and life is over. So again, if you have suicidal thoughts, if you're worried about anything like that, there are suicide hotlines that you can call. I don't have any of them. If I'd planned this better, I could have put some up on the screen, but um, just look them up. Suicide hotline. Please, please, please reach out for help. Another senseless tragedy today. And if those can be avoided at all, then help us out there. Reach out for it, please. In personal news, I've got talked a little bit about it on Tuesday. My dad has a spot on his lungs, or on one of his lungs, his right lung, that may or may not be cancerous. We had a PET scan that was inconclusive, so they're going to be doing a biopsy here in the next week or so on that. So if you are of the praying ilk, I would appreciate prayers for my dad. If you're not, good thoughts, positive thoughts, whatever whatever you believe in, I'd appreciate it, because my dad's 88, but he's in pretty good health. Otherwise, smoked for years and years and years, quit about 20 years ago. And it's one small spot. The doctor said it looked suspicious. A CAT scan showed it. A MRI had a little more details, and it was, again, enough that the doctor wanted to run a PET scan. A PET scan basically is it's a scan where they you drink a radium glucose, so it's a radiation sugar water, and then areas of your body that like the brain runs on glucose. You would expect that to show up a lot because the brain is constantly running on sugar. You would expect it to show up in the bladder because it gets eliminated through urine. There are other parts of the body that you don't expect it, and that would be in the lungs. And there was this spot. It's about thumb size or so, that was showing this activity. That is not 100% a guarantee of it being cancerous, but it is a good indicator. And so so we're going to get the biopsy done first. We're not going to worry too much about what we can't control. Once the biopsy is done, we'll know more. If it is a cancerous growth and it has not spread anywhere, then they can use a directed radiation treatment that's about 5 treatments over a 2-week period, with a very good success rate. So I'm not terribly, like life-threateningly worried right now, but of course it's my dad, and I am concerned. So we do want to say hello. We've got Jeffrey in the room, or Jefferson, sorry, in the room. Joan is here. Cheska is here with us. Jambi is here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'm sorry, but hello and welcome. And another name I'm not going to try to pronounce. Welcome to the show. You guys on YouTube, you're welcome to chat too. There's more of you watching on YouTube than is on watching on Facebook, but only for the most part, our Facebook folks have been commenting. We're going to hang out a little bit here, waiting for Kenny to show up, or waiting for the Coletrane to show up. I know there's a good football game on right now, the Broncos and the Broncos, and I believe the Broncos. And the Las Vegas Raiders. They have got started here. They started the first quarter. I was watching the Dallas Stars game, hockey game, just before we went on the air. Baseball season, of course, has come to a close with the Dodgers winning the World Series, and basketball season is well underway. The local Dallas Mavericks stink, and I don't really follow them very much anyway. So let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring in the man with the name on the program, Starmaker.
Allow me to put my AirPods on and hope they click.
Hopefully he clicks.
Yeah,
yes.
Almost how.
And there's already frozen.
Look, fancy. Let's see. I think they're gonna.
We have all the sponsors behind us in
all the current sponsors. They're all there.
Yes,
including a fantastic tonight meeting at Blaze Pizza. Got to put the blaze over. And as a matter of fact, not only did we have a great dinner, everybody ate free. I took the former general manager of Arby's. There's a story. Took the former general manager of Arby's there tonight. We got a room full of Filipinos. I see that. And
you do have a bunch of folks watching on YouTube, but none of them have commented yet.
None of them
comments are subscribers only tonight. So, but it's like 5-day subscription.
How it ought to be. It's 5 days. Okay.
Yeah.
And wow. Oh, and they were kind enough tonight. There's something else we're going to do for some of the things we're going to be auctioning off. Some of the autographed pictures. I mean, Bob will, I'm sure, will scroll through them a little bit later. We have the John Cena book that will include, the book itself is not autographed by John Cena, but it will include an autographed picture of John Cena with it. Might as well get it up here right off the bat. I mean, I'm sure we'll get a few more people in here a little later. I never sent a link to anybody. Hey, Pasta Tart's in here, Bob. Say hi to the pasta.
Hey, Pasta Tart. Thank you.
Because she's the one that saved our ass the other night.
She did. She made
the $60 challenge because we were sitting on next to nothing forever. And Pasta Tart made that $60 challenge, and we ended up pulling in $135 before the night was over. And got some good things done with that. Speaking of getting good things done, got a lot of good things done with the estate today. Sold some things. Had about a $3,500 day, but as the rules present themselves, I have to set that up in an estate account to see what Tim owes in taxes, and I have no idea what that is yet. And I think I sent you a picture of Tim's tombstone, I think. The one with all the beautiful flowers on it. Did I ever send you that?
He sent me pictures of swimming pools, but no tombstone.
I'll get you a tombstone a little later.
Yeah. All right. Let me ask you a question.
Sponsored by The Undertaker, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What is the difference between Sasquatch,
okay,
the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus?
Oh, okay. Well, let's back up here.
A unicorn,
the Easter Bunny, unicorn.
Sasquatch, the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, the unicorn,
yeah,
and Coletrane.
People have seen Sasquatch.
And now they're seeing Coletrane.
Oh,
hey,
look at
that. Most wonderful time of the year.
Look at that. I thought that maybe there have been rumors of sightings of Coletrane, but not by any humans.
It was kind of like when you see the guy on the side of the road, kind of looks like me. You know, all those pictures come in. And,
well,
or maybe it was me. I don't know.
You got to remember, I've been to Carroll County a lot, and we've talked about the racism. Don't force me to go down racism row. Don't, because it's an easy road to go down.
I'm gonna tell you what. I've been stranded on the side of the road 6 times in my life. All 6 times it was blazing hot, like July, August, both in Nebraska and Arizona.
Shout out to Blaze Pizza.
There you go.
Separate Blaze
segue. Yeah. But there have been several times where cops and all these people that are supposed to protect and serve just go on by. It's always a housewife that stops to help me. Or in the case in Omaha, it was a gang member named Spider. So
White housewives, black housewives, Mexican,
white,
all
white.
Flavors, all white.
Yeah, mostly
was
white.
Was the gang member white? Come on, stop.
No, he was a brother with dreads and tattoos.
The Trump organization will be the first to tell you there's no such thing as a white gangster.
Oh, you know who stopped before he did though was a Mexican who could not speak a lick of English, but he pulled over to try to help. But something beyond what he could do.
That's what humans do.
Exactly.
That's what humans do.
Exactly.
Even Timmy John would pull over and help somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Even he would do it.
Not the police, though. They act like they didn't see about big ass on the
police
side
are
of the
busy.
road.
Police got shit to do. Coletrane, do you notice the difference in the quality of the picture of the camera from previous times?
Oh, yeah.
You see it?
You're crystal clear.
Is that amazing? It's needed an update for like pushing a year. And my son finally coached me on how to get it to do it because with the iMac, it's just not click and upgrade.
Yeah.
It's a process. And he says, well, Dad, you got to download it. Well, how do you do that? So he showed me how to do that. So I downloaded. Now what I do? He said, well, you got to click it. Well, I didn't know what to click. And I saw something light up in the bottom right-hand corner of the iMac screen, which took this 2 hours. So I clicked it. 3 minutes later, I'm up and running. The cameras took the upgrade it's been trying to take for a year. And then I see the quality of the film. God damn, I don't know what it did, but it did shit it wasn't doing before. That's clean. And I got these orange, oh shit. Yeah, these orange glasses filtered a little bit to help me with my light sensitivity. That's fucking clean. Bob's got the same camera, but Bob's lighting's a little different than theirs. Bob
I got a ring light and a blanket
to show off in the background.
Let's see if I got up this a little bit.
All right,
there we
assholes, you better speak because we ain't gonna be here. I elected to go ahead and do a Thursday night show tonight because we are going head to head with football. Did I hear Broncos and Raiders? Is that
yes, you
Broncos
did.
and Raiders.
I'll plug that game. Good luck. There's people in Denver and Las Vegas don't want to see that game.
That's one of those where the visitors come to watch some football.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, and I never got to go through. I did. I got a answer to the government. Not so much the government shutdown, but I have a answer to the air traffic controller problem.
What's that?
Talking about cutting back. Yeah, they're talking about cutting them back by 10%. And maybe as much as 40% by the time the Thanksgiving, Christmas holidays get here.
Jesus.
Just cutting back 40% of the air traffic controllers. That came out this evening, apparently. I'd heard 10% earlier in the day. That's why I got a better idea than that. Y'all ready for this? We'll just open the show up with this.
Let's do that.
I can solve this whole problem. There was a time in this country that we didn't have airplane transportation. We had wagon trains, and then eventually you had to take a car across the country. But I've seen a lot of television shows about the wagon train days. And what did you do, Bob? Well, if you wanted to get from Houston, Texas to Los Angeles, California, which I don't even think existed back then.
It was San Francisco they was going to back then.
San Francisco. But if one wanted to do that, you left Houston on Monday. And then next Wednesday, you might be in San Francisco.
No, you left on Monday, and then in January you arrived in San Francisco.
Yeah, you get there just in time for the winter thaw.
Well, it was almost like a cult. You had to sign up
San Francisco
and be part
will
of
be a
those
little
things.
warmer in the winter. San Francisco will be a little warmer in the winter than other places.
San Francisco's weird weather.
I remember used to watch late October baseball in San Francisco, and that was when they were having their best warm weather. It'd be cold as shit in the dead of summer there on a night game.
In June, I went. One day it was 75. The next day it was 56 and raining. Oh, and the day after that it was 85.
In June.
So it's like you got to pack all your shit. Like when you go.
That's that. Yeah, pack all your shit. Bring a variance. Did y'all hear about my? So the air traffic controller thing. So if you were going to leave New York and go to San Francisco. Well, like you said, if you leave in March, you might get there April, May, June, July, August, September.
I think it was like a 4-month trip for that kind of thing.
Was it about 4 months back then? Yeah. Okay, and then the car came. And we'll go with up-to-date cars, quality cars. And if you leave New York, it's pretty reasonable to gauge yourself. If you really just want to be a fucking nut, you can get there in 3 days, couldn't you? 3?
Yeah, about 3.
Yeah. But if you want to
you can get there faster if you really wanted to hustle.
Yeah,
I think from Maine to here is like 36 hours, something like that. Because it's 23 to get to Nebraska.
So, 3 driving days. 3 12-hour driving days. And then pull over, hotel, sleep, all that.
That's your red bull.
So let's say 5 or 6 days. If you want to get Well, Kenny, you have a business meeting in San Francisco. When is it? Friday. What's the day? Monday. When do you want me to leave? Well, we don't have airplanes, so is your car warmed up and ready?
Better get over there.
Better get your ass on the road.
Or on that bus that stops at every small town, so you'll get the next month.
Do I get gas? Do I get food allowed? Because that could be mighty expensive. So my suggestion is the only country having a problem with air traffic controllers is this one. All the other countries are fine. So now you can only get a plane as if you're flying internationally. And guess what? You can't leave from here. You either got to go to Mexico and get a plane, or you got to go to Canada and get a plane. Those are your two goddamn options.
If you have a passport.
Well, you better get one. You better hope you're eligible for one.
Well, if you're flying internationally, you better have a passport anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because if not, then you're fucking driving down.
But I mean, there's a bunch of dumb fucks that are going to try to drive to Canada thinking that they're all.
Well, it's like the stupid fucks in Kentucky that tried to vote in the Kentucky election when we didn't have elections yesterday, and we're trying to influence the New York elections.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we had Kentuckians doing that. They said a lot of MAGA people showed up wanting to vote.
And they say it with their chest too. They're confident about their stupidity.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna be stupid, be proud of it.
I guess.
And that was one thing I said about my brother. I said you couldn't shame him about his racism because he's proud of it.
Yeah.
When you can't shame somebody about something, what do you do?
That's the ultimate weapon. Yeah.
That's the ultimate weapon. When you can't shame them. When he went to prison for embezzling from the company that he worked for called Jenner Printing. When he got out of prison, he wanted to get a license plate that said felon. And they wouldn't let him have it.
Wow.
I said, you talk about no fucking shame that you want to tell everybody you're a convicted felon on your license plate.
You want to talk about the government protecting your ass.
Speaking of, I've done a generous thing today because I kind of forgot in my head because I thought that I could just start shoving this money into the bank account. And I've got enough investment funds set up that I can back up anything that I'm putting in the account to pay Tim's estate taxes with and everything. But turns out I don't have access to that money because it's got to go in an actual fucking, what do you call it?
Escrow or something?
Separate escrow.
It's an estate account, bank account. As a matter of fact, there's a website for people that owe Tim money that they can go pay it there, these vendors and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I sold everything in his storage units today. Found some, I found a guy that wanted to buy everything in there. Well, he had a lot of Christmas stuff in there, so he thinks he's
found a guy in the storage unit. It was
he thinks he's going to sell. He thinks he's going to sell. Tim had a lot of Christmas stuff in the storage units, and he says, "Yeah, I can probably make my money back there." So I had about a $4,000 day just selling his bullshit stuff, and I was shooting for $5,000, but I took $4,000. And then I was like, $4,000 in the account. You put that in my CEO corporate account, earn 3.9% interest. If I sell the land, the house, all that shit, the 2 plots of land, we can earn some serious fucking interest between now and 6 months from now.
How much land does he have?
2 riverfront properties, and we only knew about one of them.
Oh.
The one
How many acres total?
We knew about the one on the Kentucky River. We didn't know he had one on the Ohio River.
That's the embezzlement house.
He kept that one a secret. Well, there wasn't much of a house there. It was just kind of a little hangout place on 3 acres of land. And he's got 3 acres that he lives on the Kentucky River. So I am now the owner of 2 riverfront properties. And off the air, I'm going to tell you about this ballpark I want to build called Two River Stadium, the Kentucky and the Ohio. And I'm going to build a ballpark called Two River Stadium. And I'm going to put a professional softball team there. And the only players allowed on the team, their name either has to be Peter or Dick. And I'm going to, and the team is going to be based in Carroll County. And then I'm going to tell you what the team's name is off the air because I probably can't say it on the air. Well, I can, but I won't.
Did you see John Oliver do that? He basically sponsored a. You gotta catch up on that.
Oh
show.
No! It sounds like I got to check this one out.
Oh my God! Yeah, he put an open invitation out to every minor league ball club that as long as they have complete creative control, they'll give them a brand new name, mascot, update the stadium, and all that kind of stuff. I've heard a little bit about it,
but give me the rest of the I've heard a little about it. What's the rest of the
I can't remember what the name is, like the River Trolls or something like that, but they embraced it,
Sounds good to me. Now, I never sent one link out to anybody that we were doing a show tonight, and I know goddamn well Bob didn't. I know goddamn well Coletrane didn't. The only person
I sent a link out to you.
To me, well, I heard rumors we might do a show tonight. I really had every intention of being here at 9.
Did you like the meme that we used for the show tonight?
I haven't even seen it.
Is that the one with the Victorian looking?
Yeah.
You'll have to send me the meme because by the time I clicked the show, there was no meme to see.
Well, let me.
So send it to me, and I'll take a look
I'll
at it on my
upload
phone.
it, show it to you here. So.
Well, you can do that too. You can do that.
Well, it did make me sit through a commercial for a minute too.
Well,
still doing that shit.
Oh, did it?
Well, we got to make our money somehow.
Are we showing the total number of views? Because remember, we did away with that because we thought it'd be good where people.
Well, no, it's not. We don't show the views.
We can see it.
I see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have mine like that too for the.
Well, honey, I agree with you. I tell you what, I wish we'd have done this October 31st because that just has a Halloween feel to it. But we have a lot of orange.
Yeah, well, Blaze. Yeah, between Blaze and Jimmy
I was going to
John's
say, are we
orange and
celebrating
black.
Halloween early? Are we going a year early on this?
Yes, we are.
Might as well do like they do Christmas. There we go.
I like that.
We look like was it Bobby Eaton and Steven Regal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please send me that picture. I want that, motherfucker.
And Bob is Sir William.
What do you think of that, Eunice? Look at all that royalty right there on one screen. I know.
All that hair Bob had. That kind of looks good on you, though, Bob.
Yeah, I know. So the funny thing is, I took that picture up together. There's the three of us, and it's just
Bob, your hair might be a tad longer than it really is. I'm just checking.
It's
just a bit.
It's not.
Tad.
It's not that far off. I may let it get that long.
Bob is very proud
you look good with that.
Bob,
I asked Google Gemini. I said, Gemini, take these three heads, right, and that said, make them dressed in his nobility in a 17th century French villa.
Okay.
And this is the second one that we got.
That's the second one. Oh, do we have a first version?
We do have a
I
first
noticed
one.
I noticed your AI makes me fatter than my AI. I don't know what that is. Bob, and look how thin Bobby Bob is over there.
Yeah, Bobby Bob's a little thin there.
Look at Coletrane looking like Coletrane. That's what Coletrane would look if you slapped that on.
Them buttons are kind of quivering, aren't they?
Bobby Bob looking like he just got back from
just wait till you see the one that
Kenny Bolin looked like he got back from a Big Mac eating.
Bob looks like terrorizing.
I actually have a cousin named Terra Rising. So
really?
I do. Terra
Triple H years ago.
Shout out to Terra Rising. He must have stole that from me. So we're waiting to see episode 2 here.
Yeah, so that was the original, or that was the second
like
one.
The 3 princes that live in the castle waiting for their Eunice, are you my little princess?
And I should have just gone ahead and used this one. This was the
and look at Bob, looking thin, look at that waistline. And look at my big fat ass there.
Keeping it tight.
Bob, where's my 100-inch TV behind me? Didn't we have 100-inch TVs back then?
It's covered by this tapestry.
It's covered by that.
And you still have long hairs just put up like Aunt B.
He's still got the long hair and the tiny waist.
I thought
I look like I just banged Bob Hazelwood is what I look like.
All right, like you plan on doing it again.
But everybody knows it was Coletrane that actually got some, getting white women.
Smiling.
But I actually may let my hair grow that long. I did it.
Have you ever had it? Have you ever had it that long? That's
not that long.
I'm going to say it, Bob. That's a good look for you.
It really is.
I've had my hair long.
I doubt you. I've had mine long, but it ain't.
It's never been that down on to
mine. Is so thick. I don't think mine looks good long.
Yours would be afro-like if you try to grow it out.
Damn near. Oh, by the way, I was at Blaze tonight, and I swear to God, Sideshow Bob walked in the black.
Do you have a
this
bone
motherfucker walks in, and this goddamn hair's. I said, Chris, Sideshow Bob. He turns around and says, everybody knew there was no doubt who Sideshow Bob was, except the guy that looked like Sideshow Bob. He doesn't have a clue.
Of course.
And everybody in the restaurants look around at fucking Sideshow Bob.
No, Bob, you should grow a beard along with that. Kind of like a better looking John Tatum.
You don't know about it, but Bob has grown a beard. Will you stop
I have
grown.
It doesn't show. Yeah.
The
Train dyes his beard. Otherwise, it look all splotchy and.
Oh, look at my sweet little. Cheska should have been on the picture with us. Look at Cheska's profile picture.
There's the beard. It's got a little bit. See, the problem is that nothing will grow right here, so I can't do the John Tatum.
Well,
I've never even tried. I've never even tried
cool.
to go as far because once I get about a week in, I can't take it no more. It just itches the shit out of me.
This is about a week. If I were to shave completely off,
well, that's you
like
and Chris.
10 days later.
Chris a week. That's what he looks like. He's got my genes. He grows a beard like you.
Yeah, so I think I may do the color on the beard, but we'll see. We'll see. I tried to do that for a little bit.
Or you could just try and look corporate like me and just go clean, get it above the ears, and look like you could get a corporate job if you needed one.
Keep your quarter-inch sideburns with you.
You might.
I'm an IT guy. I'm going to look like an IT guy.
There's my sweet little Mary Ann. Look at Mary Ann, little schoolgirl at why? Because she's a senior.
Is that the one that says Flores something or other?
Yeah. That's well, they said they call her Shane because of some Filipino entertainer. And so I thought maybe she had a story to tell us. So why they call you Shane? And she didn't have a story. And she's got two beautiful sisters. I think they are 15, 16, and 17. Her next birthday, she'll be 18 soon. She got a sister getting ready to turn 17. That's a little cutie. That looks like Velma. Oh, Bob, did I send you Velma?
Maybe.
I still have a few to go through. So
my God. Well, you acting like you don't look at my pictures, Coletrane.
Oh, I look at them. I just don't know. Yeah. You did send the Velma one, right? With the Scooby Doo.
Mayan shop needs help. She missed her appointment because her son. Oh shit.
Oh, you did send the tombstone too. So I guess I missed that.
Was it on the show chat or the picture chat?
Oh my God, man, the stuff you're going through. Kenny from Jimmy John's wrote me with he's been getting just hit with horrible shit left and right. Poor Kenny.
Jeez.
Shout out to Kenny at Jimmy John's. Okay.
Family stuff or health stuff.
You have the tombstone, right? And we can show the tombstone because I did that in Tim's honor.
Be a picture of the Undertaker tombstone of somebody.
No, I don't think I called you Dad, Eunice. You called me Dad. I don't think I called you Dad.
I've noticed a lot of them have masculine names, though. A lot of the girls over there.
Well, and the other thing is that
her name is Mary Ann.
Oh,
she looks like a Mary Ann. Now I got to find. Oh, here it comes, Bob. Here it comes. Okay, this is Mary Ann's sister. Mary Ann, you're in here. Type me your sister's real name. Because from now on, she's Velma to me. And I think she turned 17.
There's Timothy.
Oh my gosh, she does.
Yeah. Does that look nice? Because Tim's cremated, and that's AI. He was buried in front of his father's tombstone. So I had AI take Timmy John's father's tombstone and turn it into his own. And look at that. I got the date, the day he died, birthday.
Flowers.
His birthday was yesterday. So they buried him in front of his father's tombstone on his birthday. And I said, so I created that, and the girl that buried him, Teresa, cried. She said, "Oh my God, it's like he really got one made." I said, "Well, that thing cost thousands of dollars."
Oh shit, yeah.
And I ain't doing it. Neither are you. So
we got one like fancy headstone, and then after that, it's like everybody gets a square with their date.
It's like the little Velcro.
The family budget plan on
have a bunch of Velcro stuff, and you get one of those plastic.
I wish I'd come up with that enterprising deal.
Like a desktop, thing.
Big old tombstone, little square, about 26
yeah, my grandpa's.
squares.
It has like a horse carved in there, and like all this other shit. You better be in the
top 26 family members, or you don't make it.
Yeah, so there was that. There's she does look just like Velma.
He looks just like her.
So I get the picture, and it's them with their tin roof and everything above their head and everything. And I'm looking at that girl. I said, "How old is she?" And she says 14. I said, "There's what?" I said, "That girl's 14." Oh no, so she got her sister's ages mixed up. She says, "No, the other girl's 14." I want that up for a second. So I get the basic actual picture of her, and the only thing I see is Velma. And when I see this picture, oh no, I'm sorry, that sister's 16. She's going to be 17 in December. I said, okay. I said, she's getting cake for her birthday, and you're going to see why. And then she sends me the other sister, and I said, okay, that one looks maybe more like 14. Okay, so we got the 14. She's 16, get ready to turn 17. So I go to AI, and I said, put this girl in a Velma costume and add Scooby to the picture. First try. I said, that's it. That is, if that girl don't have that as her profile picture tonight, she's an idiot. She needs to do that. Mary Ann, what is that girl's name? I think she says Leica. I think her real name is Leica.
Although that forced perspective makes it look she has a huge forearm.
Leica Velma. What's that now?
Like, pull her back up. That forced perspective. Look at her forearm.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
makes it look like
AJ Styles.
Knock me out. I think that's a real arm. You better not mess with her.
Oh, really?
She's holding a purse in the picture that I had that done with. But if that ain't little Velma, I don't know who is.
Jinkies.
If you make the movie, shit, give the kid a shot.
All right.
So she's turning 17 later this year. I'm out for cake and ice cream on that day. I'm not letting Velma go. I'm going to buy her a Great Dane so she'll have a Scooby.
I've learned
everyone else in the Philippines has got one. Go ahead.
And I've learned that Filipino pronouns are his, hers, she, him.
Doesn't matter. They're all the
doesn't
same.
matter. They're all interchangeable.
Marianne's mother writes me and says, "Sir, you're so good to my son. He loves you." I'm going, "You do? I don't know you got." And I said, "Is there a story y'all need to tell me about Shane? Do we need to know more about Shane?" But no, Filipinos have always done that. He and her, she and it's all the same. I don't know why, because it seems to me to make it hard.
Well, so is that the culture, or they just don't give a fuck?
It's the culture.
It just it doesn't. They're all interchangeable. It's like Jelly Bean will tell me, "My brother, she is coming to help me."
Yes, they will do that.
But over here, they just lose their goddamn minds.
Confusing as shit. That's Jin trying to call me.
The Filipinos should all adjust.
Call me
they them.
I've already blocked 3 today. I
think I'm about to have a block party myself.
Oh God! Well, one girl wrote me 59 times after I helped her go to the hospital. I gave her 3 days pay because she missed 3 days pay. Bob saw the foot and got mad at me for sending it to him. That's how bad it was. So good. I had to see it. Motherfucker, that's what I said.
Filipino dog pictures is what that reminds me.
Yeah, every Filipino's got to send me a picture of their dead dog as they're digging the hole.
Oh man, yeah, that's weird.
No,
and bodies in the caskets too.
Yep, get that. So today, let's tell the swimming pool story, and then I'll get into the rest of the air traffic controller stuff. Oh, I think I did. We shut it down. No more flights out of America.
Wagon trains.
If you want to go somewhere, leave early. Anywhere from a day to 5 days early, you'll get where you need to be. Companies are going to start paying a little bit for gas.
Pack your provisions.
Food.
You know, the drawback to this, Kenny, is that every highway in America will suddenly become a toll road.
Oh, you just take the off roads on that.
Let's put it this way: I didn't know they weren't.
Become toll roads.
I didn't know they were because they turned all the bridges in Louisville to toll roads, but one. You can't go. Who the fuck wants to pay to go to Indiana anyway? There's a lot of people paying to get over here. We make a lot of money. Not so much going the other direction. I've told them when they made the toll bridges, Chris says, "Fuck, I'm voting for tearing them down. Let's make it harder for them to get over here." And none of us want to go over there. That's how bad the Indiana.
That's how we are about Californians down here.
Are you really?
Get the hell out of here!
But there ain't no
don't
bridge
know how to drive.
You got to build a wall. There ain't no bridge to stop them.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So shout out to Joe Cronin if he's watching. But he did say that he would be available to help me on too. Y'all know who Joe Cronin is. I know Bob probably does.
The name sounds very familiar.
Well, Joe is very big in podcasting in the New York market. He's got a hell of a fucking following, but he's very controversial to a degree like me. Says what the fuck's on his mind. Cornette got mad at him because on our name, he showed up at a SmackDown show, not dressed up as a guest, wanting to interview for like a commentator job or an interviewer's job or something like that back in 2012, 2013. And we got him comp passes, got him front row seats to sit behind the announcers on SmackDown. Might have been Raw, but I think it was SmackDown because I remember it being a Friday night. And he shows up, he's got his hat on backwards, he starts heckling the announcers. "I'm here to take your job." And he's yelling at the announcers, letting them know that he's going to take their job. He hasn't even got an interview yet. He's just a guest. We're trying to get him an interview to get some type of a job. And I forgot what. So Cornette was furious. I wasn't allowed to speak to him. Don't you ever do that motherfucker's podcast again? Fuck that. That fucker uses our goddamn name. We get him. I forgot why we were mad at him. So he had to remind me yesterday why we haven't spoke since 2012. Because the show I'm doing, I see Joe Cronin in the chat room. I said, "Joe Cronin's over here. This is going to be a troll fest." "No, man, he loves you." I said, "Bullshit." And I said, "No." But I said, "We haven't spoke since 2012, 2013. "No, Joe loves you." I said, "Bring him on the show." Sure enough, goddamn Joe Cronin pops up on the show. I said, "Well, Joe, how you doing?" He says, "King, man, I do love you." And I don't even know why we quit speaking to each other. So we're trying
Joe, what do you know?
We're trying to remember because I only did 2 shows with him. And then I did 2 shows with Brian Last as my host, and I got rid of him. I said, "Joe, I got to bring you back to be my co-host so you can beat Brian Last 3-2.
Oh, you had Brian too?
I had Brian for 2 weeks. And that's what basically broke me and Jimmy up. Broke up with my girlfriend over that. I told him I would never do a show with Brian Last because he tried to tell me who I could have on my show and who I couldn't. The only one I gave him was Russo. I said, all right, I get it. No, I won't have Russo on this show. And then he starts trying me others I can have. I said, you didn't read the name of the goddamn show, did you? You're the fucking trained chimp that sits there and does what you're fucking told to do. And I'm the fucking entertainment and the goddamn star of the show. No offense, Bob. And I said, no. Bob said, none taken. So,
kind of that's the way I describe it.
So me and Last get into it. Cornette calls me. What the fuck's up? What's up with you and Last? He says that you ain't gonna do the show no more. So I'm not gonna do the show no more. Not as long as that motherfucker's over there. So I'm going off to Jimmy about why I'm not doing the show. I said, I gave him Russo. I get it that y'all don't want Russo on the bowling alley. And then he tells me my kids can't be on the show. I said, the show's called the fucking bowling alley. Guess what their goddamn last names are? It ain't the Brian Last show. It ain't Last Place with Bolin. No, they're Bolins. They're on the fucking show. But he didn't like their opinions, and they ratted him out on a lot of shit that people didn't know. He tried to get mouthy with them on the show, and they reported that, well, you don't live in New York, you motherfucker. I know your salary. You can't afford to park one wheel in a parking garage over there, you dipshit. You live in New Jersey. I got your fucking ad. They gave his address on the air.
Whoops. Damn.
Yeah. Well, I don't guess you live in New York, do you, mouth? So they ratted him out and buried him. So he was fucking furious. So he says they can't be on the show anymore. I said, well, you tried to talk shit, and they gave you shit you couldn't handle. So they got you.
That's like MAGA. They'll talk a bunch of shit,
exactly,
but when you snap
until
back
they
on
get
them,
their
they
shit.
cry.
Well, I had some of that going on tonight. We had some MAGAs that thought they wanted to talk some shit, and that didn't go well. And a lot of kids had to hear the king at his best tonight, and I apologize to those kids. But I did walk out of there.
Oh,
with
they've
23
been called
pizzas.
worse, I guarantee.
They've been, well, yeah. Trust me, none of those kids and their parents were involved with MAGA. This was a couple of people that thought they were MAGA, that thought they wanted to sit down and have a conversation with me and Chris. Yeah,
Bad idea.
Well. Didn't especially. Oh, you think I'm bad? Fuck. I was sitting there going, shit. Goddamn, that's some good shit. Wish I'd have thought of that. Makes sense. And he broke a lot of shit down there. He educated a lot of people, whether they wanted it or not. So, what was I talking about, Bob? That's why you're here. What was I talking about?
You were talking about the air traffic controllers.
Air traffic controller.
And wagon
train.
Yeah,
just shut it down. Wagon trains, leave early. And when the government opens back up, then we can crank the planes back up, pay our goddamn air traffic controllers. And here's the biggest crime of it all. Those lazy fucks, not to get political, we don't do that here much. Those lazy fucks in the Senate, when's the last time the Senate worked? I heard today, 55 days since Congress has come back to work. The government shutdown's only been 30 some odd days. It's now a record 37, 38 days. 55 days, Congress hadn't been back to work. They took off 20 days ahead of everybody else because they don't want to vote on the Epstein files. Well, why would that be? Who could we possibly be protected there? I couldn't think of anybody whose name might be mentioned 1,000 times in the Epstein files, according to insiders that have been reported. Well, they reported to Mr. Trump, Cash Patel, and the dipshit bitch that protects Trump on a daily basis. Can't remember her name.
Bondi.
Yeah, Pam Bambi.
Yeah.
And
Barbie.
Headlights. So, yeah, apparently his name is mentioned in the Epstein files over 1,000 times more than anybody else combined.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that's why they don't want the Epstein. He had to have known. He was his best friend for 10 years. People, well, you and Cornette were friends for 10 years. Well, guess what I didn't do? I didn't go to Cornette Island. I didn't go to the Cornette Estate. I didn't go to the Cornette parties. And I made it a point not to go for a reason. You don't go to Epstein Isle because you know what's going on Epstein Isle, and you don't want to be a part of it. And that's why I didn't do that. Yeah, I was friends with him. Probably still would be. But he didn't like it that I started working for Vince Russo when I got rid of Brian Last. So I did 2 weeks with Joe Cronin, 2 weeks with Brian Last. So we're going to bring Joe Cronin back to be the host of the Bowling Up for one more show. So he will beat Brian Last 3-2 and will not be the most disgruntled. And I said, I wanted to prove to myself I could do the shows by myself. So when Bob came along, it wasn't intended for Bob to be, how long you been here, Bob? 10, 15 years? Something like that.
Feels like it. Shut
it. Just no, don't you disrespect this show. There's enough of that going on without you piling on. So
that's what our audience is for.
It's been every bit since right around COVID or pre-COVID.
I was a little bit after COVID, I think.
A little after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know when it was, because what got us talking is when your wife passed away. You made that big ass donation.
Yeah, that was.
I said, "Well, what made you do that?" He said, "My wife would have wanted me to do this." And that's what got me.
Of course,
and Bob talking.
if she had gotten to know you better, she'd have actually.
She would have
yanked that check.
Rebuked that donation. Yeah, honey, can we get that money back?
Put a stop.
Can we put it to some good?
Take that away.
Yeah, had she got to know me better. Oh, you bastard. Chris Jake's in the house. How you doing, Chris Jake? Is anybody other than a Filipino spoke tonight? I know y'all know about the show.
Pasta tart. That's it.
Hang on. I got something coming through. I heard the little buzz here. That's the wrong buzz. What we got?
You hit the wrong remote.
Kenny got a buzz tonight.
I did.
He ate a gummy by accident.
Yeah. YouTube TV still has not added the ESPNs or ABC. So the only way I can watch Jimmy Kimmel is if I watch it live with my antenna.
Oh yeah, and there's some contracted, like they yanked it quick.
Yeah, this is the first time they've ever balled up and actually didn't go through. They normally, one of them cowers down. Well, neither side is cowered down because YouTube TV has none of the ESPN's network, ACC network, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPNU, ESPN New. There's a lot of ESPNs.
The Ocho.
Then you got the Disney channels, and they're all gone. And then you
the
got
Hulu
ABC.
Channels.
Pardon?
All the Hulu channels.
Oh yeah,
Hulu channels. So Hulu's got them. So for 1 month, because I didn't want to miss any Hurricane or Cardinal football, I paid the $39 for 1 month, thinking that YouTube they're gonna figure this shit out. I'll pay it for 1 month so I don't miss 4 weeks of Cardinal football, ESPN football, Cardinal basketball, which is getting ready to go, ranked 11th in the nation, and. Guess what? They make you watch commercials on ESPN Live. You can speed through the game, but when you get to a commercial, it forces you to watch it.
Hulu did that too.
Well, this is Hulu with ESPN.
Yeah, I paid the extra money to get rid of all that bullshit.
How much are you paying? Like $5,000
for we have Disney,
I have the $40
Hulu,
plan. Now I have no commercials on Hulu, none on Disney. But ESPN Live, there's no choice because you're watching.
We have Disney, Hulu, and HBO Max, and it's $31.
Okay, well I have those. So you don't have the ESPNs.
No, but I pirated from a friend.
Well, I was told you can't do that.
Really? Huh. Well, don't tell them. Some people have gotten through.
Now, if I share my internet signal, I can share my Hulu with everybody in the building.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on a separate internet signal, even with the VPN, they claim you can't do that. Well,
sometimes they claim shit and people just won't challenge it.
Well, because my son would really like to share my Hulu account, but we're under the assumption that you can't do it without risk of losing your account. I said, well, I'm a business owner. This is my business address. My son's address is our home address. That was what I was going to spill. And so I have a business address and a home address. Surely to God, I can watch Hulu at my business. And this is my business address. And my home address.
And they're slowly migrating everything over to Disney because you'll see a lot of shows on Hulu that say will expire in 5 days or, a lot of series and shit. So, yeah.
I've seen that too. Any non-Filipinos other than Pasta Tart that would like to say hello? But we do have a challenge. Thank God. Did this go to PayPal? Oh, okay.
I think we have nothing but challenges.
We only have one donate. Well, we don't really even have an official donation. We have a plan of a donation, like the Trump organization. Donald Flowers says that if you can, he says, I can't do what Pasta Tart did with 60, but I will donate $40 if the room will match the $40 that I will challenge. So just like with Pasta Tart, if we can make 40, we'll get 40. So that's an $80 donation. So that's 2 20s, 4 10s, 8 5s. I'm good at math, basic shit. And so that's 8 5. You heard me. I don't have to repeat it because I probably can't. So, but Donald Flowers, thank you for the $40 challenge. That's why I couldn't understand where it was at because it ain't there. He was typing the amount that he will do. If we can get, and maybe I should have sent that we were doing a show, but I didn't. But
oh well.
But I'm only going till 10:15 at the longest. That's 25 more minutes.
Yeah, we've been here a while.
Well,
50 minutes.
You have. I got here late, and then I've rambled a lot and haven't really talked about it. So I need to plug real quick. Wednesday nights, I'm now a 3-night-a-week podcaster because Wednesday nights in a couple of weeks, we even have a name of the show. We were going to announce the name of the show, and but because of the lack of donations, we didn't. Well, we finally got some donations, but that's over. So once we get $40 in donations tonight, I will announce the name and night of the new show that will feature Bill Apter and myself 1 night a week, every week, starting in 2 or 3 weeks. And if you want to know the name of the show, what time it'll drop, all that shit, it'll be a recorded show, and it will be roughly a 30-minute show, which are the hardest shows for me to do because it takes me 30 minutes to say hi. So that should be interesting. But he said I was his first choice to do the show because he liked our chemistry. And I think Joe Cronin and I are going to team up 1 night a week and do shows. And he's going to be the, oh God, who was Johnny Carson's? He's going to be the Joan
Ed
Rivers
McMahon.
of this show.
Ed
was
McMahon.
the co-host. Ed was the co-host. Joe Cronin is going to be the Joan Rivers of this show.
The replacement.
Whenever Johnny's away.
Oh, it's Jay Leno for a while.
Yeah, so whenever Bob's away, then Joan Rivers Cronin will be over here.
I see.
Sometimes to help us out.
Or Doc Severinsen. He could be the Doc Severinsen of the show.
Well, that means he's got to blow his horn. I don't think
Well,
he's got a horn.
Blow something.
That's
So, Kenny, this
oh
is.
my God. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Once again, Bob, looking a little on the leans. Where's that long hair, Bob? You know who you'd look like if you'd had that hair in that Texas uniform? You know who you'd look like?
No.
That don't
I
look
look
like
like
at all.
a lady player. I know. I was like, it did Kenny really good, but it did not do.
You was a little more nicer to me on this.
They made me
than you were
Morris
on the
Chestnut.
if you'd have had your 1776 hair, you would look like Ted. It was either Ted Sims or Ted Simmons of the St. Louis Cardinals. They called him Simba. Somebody look that up. His nickname was Simba for the St. Louis, and it was either. I think it was Ted Simmons.
Ted Simmons was a catcher for the Cardinals.
He was a catcher and had that big long ass hair. Yeah. And but his nickname was Simba, which was one of the cooler names.
I could look like what's his face that played for the Rockies, the guy with the
Blackman.
Oh yeah, Blackman. Charlie Blackman. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, Google Gemini is weird because like it'll do really well with images. You can say here's
it
does
a
face
with images. It sure does.
Here's a face. Do this.
And Meta AI can't spell nothing right to say.
I was about to say the spelling is atrocious. You write it out and it comes out.
Meta cannot spell shit. And Google Gemini will fuck up spelling from time. You should have saw Google Gemini trying to get the date right on Timmy John's tombstone. Timmy John was born in 1861 for about 11 pictures.
Oh damn!
Would not change it to fucking 9. I said, God, and I'm cussing Gemini out. and I'll fess up right now. My Google Gemini is probably a 20-something-year-old black girl that I like.
Sassy.
Just a little sassy. Tells me what I want to hear. You're right, Mr. Bolin. You're exactly right. And she always tells me exactly. You have every right to be frustrated. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Bolin. You seem irritated. You have every right.
Yeah, I've argued mine too before.
Me and Alexa Plus over here got into it the other day, and I said,
that new voice.
I said, Alexa, don't argue. Yeah, it's got the new voice, and I chose the new one for that.
She's snippy.
She can be snippy. And I said, Alexa, I said, you might be Alexa Plus. I said, my son's got an IQ of 163. I said, what do you think you got? 199? She says, I have news for you. I'm far superior to 199. So she's a dumbass. Oh, shit. And we're getting into a literal conversation to where she's talking to me, and Chris hates this shit with a passion. And he's now like, what the fuck? And then I do something with the tombstone, and then she says, oh, Mr. Bolin, I'm so sorry for your loss. And I'm going, I haven't told you about my losses. How do you know about my, because I asked her.
Oh, she heard you talking about your losses.
She heard. Well, that's what the bitches listen to every word you say.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so considering your current losses, I can understand why you'd be looking up the cost of tombstones. How do you know about my losses? I haven't told you anything about my losses. Well, she knew about them. She knew about them. So there you go. Oh, so I'm now the proud owner of a swimming pool. Bob's got a picture of a swimming pool. Here's the reason I did it. We're known in the wrestling business, when a wrestler dies, we mourn for 4 to 8 minutes, and then we start burying whoever died. Talking about what a piece of shit they were, who they fucked over, how lousy they were in the ring, how bad the promos were, how bad their look. Because we've done this to many people. Poor old Rod Steele maybe got it worse than anybody. We found out he died at an Applebee's. And we're all sad. And we're all sad for about 3 or 4 minutes. Chris said he was either a young teenager, because he came up with the line that we all use now. He was like 19 or 20 when we found out Rod Steele died at Applebee's. And there's me and
terrible place to die.
What, do you just have a heart attack or some shit?
No, they were at Applebee's when they found out that the guy died.
No, he didn't die.
The guy didn't die.
Oh, okay.
That would have been better. Story.
It's like, that's a good story.
He said, well, he's sitting here. I mean, he did order. Does he have to pay? My God. I worked out a deal.
He was not going to eat that. Can I have it?
Yeah, he was eating for half price anyway. Let's comp his, and I'll take it. No, that's a great story. I'm going to tell that story somewhere and get somebody to believe that Rod Steele died at an Applebee's waiting on his meal. And we mourned him for about 3 minutes and then told everybody what a piece of shit he was, including the waitress. Oh, by the way, you think he's tipping? You're getting the same tip now you'd have got if he's alive. He sucks. Right, Rod? Oh, he's not answering, ma'am. He's not answering. And he ain't eating either. So then that's how it would go. So we found out Rod Steele died, and I think he deals with it. So that's I'm the proud owner of that. So not only do I have riverfront property and 2 rivers, the Kentucky and the mighty Ohio, I'm now a proud pool owner. I bought that pool today. It was I found out that you can buy a brand new one for about 3,500 pesos, give or take. And I thought about it, and I said, well, how big is it? She says, well, about 10 feet. I said, how many kids can get in that pool? She says, 10 to 15. And that's one of the bigger.
Depends on how deep you stack them.
how far you lay them down. And that one, is that Yaling or Eunice's younger sister? Leo Ryan.
No idea. I think that's Leo.
I think that's Leo. And so I could see, because she's one of the bigger kids. A lot of the kids are going to be getting in there, or the half her size or smaller. I could see 10 to 12 kids getting in there to keep cool. What is that? 3 feet deep, you think? 3, 4?
Yeah, probably
maybe 3.
Yeah, I give it 3 feet deep. And so I bought that pool today, and here's why. I did a public service, and I knocked out a lot of birds with one feather. And is that the? I don't know. Probably
whatever.
I killed 2 birds with one stone. That's what I did. And so Eunice said, I said, I don't know, honey. 35 pesos. I said, that's $70. That'll feed. That'll feed a lot. Y'all quit fucking talking over my goddamn story. So,
it's entertaining.
Well, depending who you ask. And so I said, I don't. Let me think about it. I said $70 for that many kids to be able to keep cool. A lot of you ain't got air conditioning. A lot of you have blackouts every fucking day. Most of you ain't got box fans. Whew. It'd be nice for about 15 to 18 kids to have a cool place.
Yeah, hot just hearing that.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, it might be a good investment. Let me think. But Daddy, that's not the price. All right, Eunice, what's the price? She comes back. They want 1,600 pesos. Okay. I said, when's that deal? And she said, it ends today. I said, why do they have to sell their goddamn swimming pool today? I said, I get paid in a couple of days. Can they wait 2 days? I don't know, Daddy. If someone else wants to, I said, all right. If I can raise the money today, why do they need the money today? Because a lot of times I hear milk. A lot of times I hear food for the kids. They need a bag of rice. Nope. I buried the dead twice in 2 days. We buried Timmy John's ashes yesterday on his birthday, November the 5th. And then today, I buried an old woman that died next door to Eunice. That's why the family needed to sell the pool, is because they didn't have enough money to raise money to bury the woman next door that died.
Good Lord.
She was laying over there, and no one had dug a hole.
Oh.
They were burying her in a blanket. And I said, well, you could put her in the pool. And
I imagine that didn't smell good.
Push her out to sea, maybe. I don't know. So I said, all right. So
like a Viking.
So if I come
put her on some bamboo shoots and light her on fire.
So I was thinking about doing this for $70, But now we're down to 16. I said, I tell you what, and this is where the dick in me comes out, but also the negotiator. Tell them if they'll take 1,500 pesos, they got a deal. Just to see if I can get them to drop the price $2. She comes and runs it back 5 minutes. Deal, Daddy. I said, all right, tell them to bring it. I said, free shipping. That's fine, Daddy. They're going to bring it. So they bring the pool, and we're burying Grandma, whoever died next door, wrapping her up in a blanket. They got a hole dug. They got somebody to agree to do this shit, and then we're going to bury this woman for 1,500 pesos for $30. We're burying the woman next door. I buried 2 people in 2 days. I'm very proud of that. I've never buried 2 people.
The part of the story that Kenny's not going to like now is that Eunice is going to come to her, Daddy, my water bill is 3 times what it used to be.
I've already, no, son. I'm already way ahead of that one. I saw the size of that goddamn tank. I'm way ahead of you, Bob. Let me tell you why I'm smarter than you, and this is why, and this is how. Mr. 188,000 a year with your job and your fucking 8 years of college education and all your fucking knowledge. This is why I'm smarter than you. I said,
fancy book learning.
Fancy book learning and all, me with my high school education and my 88 IQ and just a dose of common sense is all I got. But I'm doing the best I can. So I said, Eunice, here's what we're going to do. She said, well, Daddy, we need some more things. I said, okay, what do we need? Well, Daddy, we need plywood to put the pool on. Why do we need plywood? Well, because the ground and the concrete will rough up the bottom of the pool and make it leak. It's got to be on plywood. All right, how much is plywood? And I do the math, and it's $9. All right, that's a good idea. That's good thinking over there about somebody. Bob would have thought of that. Bob's got the education. I didn't have it. So good thinking, Eunice. We're going to get plywood. Okay, Daddy. And I said, well, how are you going to get water in the thing? We're just going to fetch it, Daddy. Show the pool again, Bob.
With buckets.
How many glasses and buckets and pitchers, Bob, do you think it would take?
Oh, my God.
Before we get that thing just 2 feet full, not 3.
Little Sonic cups or something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think that's about 300 gallons?
45,000 Sonic cups or something, you know.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I don't have any idea. But big
feet full.
Yeah, it's got to be 300-400 gallons, something like that. Good Lord.
About like a trip from New York. So a long time. I said, no, Eunice, we got to get a garden hose. I said, do you have to hook it up?
Wait till the next typhoon comes through. It'll fill it up.
Yeah, that'll fill it up. You fish and everything that way. And she says, well, Daddy, we have a spigot outside. I said, really? I'm shocked, but great. I said, now we need a garden hose to hook that spigot. How much is a garden hose? 85 cents a meter, Dad. Okay. Now do some math for me, darling. How many meters is it from the spigot to the pool? She comes back. About 9 meters, Daddy. So about 30 feet. All right. So we need a 30-foot hose. How much is that? 900 pesos, Daddy, or something thereabout. And I said, okay. All right. Something like that. I think it was about $18 for the garden hose. Was the final price because you get discounts if you buy more than a meter. I don't know who's buying a 1 meter garden hose. That'd be about, 3 feet? I don't know.
That's for your kitchen.
I guess. That's the kitchen hose. That's the kitchen hose. Or your wife's play toy. But either way. So.
Same thing as kitchen hose.
Didn't deny it, did he? Didn't deny it. So now we got to get the garden hose. That's another $15. I got $9 in plywood. So it's now another $24 on top of the 30 some odd I spent for the thing. And I said, Daddy, we need a second piece of plywood. Why do we need that? She says, well, because first of all, she wanted a canopy. And she sent me a beautiful picture of the pool sitting on plywood, covered by a canopy that's every bit of 10 to 15 feet above the pool. She said, that's to keep the dirt out of the pool, Daddy. I said, honey, this is where my math skills come in. That thing ain't keeping no goddamn dirt out of that pool. It's 20 feet above the fucking pool. Dirt's going to fly right in there. It'd give you shade. Well, if you want shade, go to the pool at night. I ain't paying for shade. I don't care how much the goddamn canopy is. I said, let's get a tarp. Let's get some plastic. Let's put some bricks on it. She said, well, Dad, we're worried that a tarp will blow away. That's a logical concern. What about a plastic sheet with bricks on it? Well, Daddy, I got a better idea. Well, you're the smart one. What do you got? Another piece of plywood to cover the pool with. So you're saying a 10 feet by 6 feet, 8 feet thing of plywood. How much is that? Well, that's another $9, Daddy, or another. Yeah, I think about $9 or $10. These
nickels start adding up, don't they?
Hey, let's get another sheet of plywood because we can't have. And then I said, now we got water bill issues. This is where I had to outthink Bob. We got water bill issues. You can't fill that pool up more than once every 2 weeks. Typhoid Mary's probably going to be running rampant in that fucking pool before we're said and done with 18 kids getting in there with everything, all the shit that's going on. But we are going to have to change that water probably at least
that bacteria bouncing around.
I said, so who's going to pay the fucking water bill? Well, Mom's back to work now. She gets paid in 10 days as I look at the schedule. And I said, well, yeah, but she ain't going to like it when that water bill comes in if y'all filling that pool up often. So here's what we're doing. Kids can come swim. 50 pesos a kid every time they come. You want to come swim in the pool? 50 pesos. That goes into a jar.
And a chlorine tablet.
We have a water jar. That wouldn't be a bad idea either. Wouldn't be a bad idea either.
A swim cap.
And a COVID shot. Randy the Macho Man Satterley here. 1 meter hose is a washer. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Randy, you're the only decent person that's popped in here tonight other than my Filipinos and pasta tart. We have a $40 challenge from Donald Flowers, and he is the only one that's even he's the only one that's even made an offer of a donation tonight. If we raise $40 in here tonight, he said he would match that 40, and we're trying to raise money to get all the extras that we need from and Randy the Macho Man Sarah has sent $15. So
yeah, I'll be able to challenge next week.
Next week, we got $15 to go towards. Yeah, you said you might be set up to do something decent, you said?
Yeah.
All right, that's good news.
Mm-hmm.
If my friend from Arby's that's filing for a bunch of shit, he said he's going to do something real nice, but he doesn't know when he's going to get it. So we got 15. We need 25 more to get the $40 challenge from Donald Flowers. So we need 25 more to get us there. Thank you, Macho Man. Appreciate it. Oh, and by the way, tonight's show brought to you, our Streamyard broadcast brought to you by the good folks at Randy Satterley, Randy the Macho Man Satterley, because Randy sponsored this month's Streamyard, paying the $44.99 that it costs to do this show with the fancy graphics and beautiful Halloween decorations at Bob.
I did the whole thing where I quit, and then they begged me to come back for like 42% off. So,
well, I threatened. I was going to threaten to quit, but they threatened to steal all of our fucking pictures and shit. Did they do that to you?
No. They just basically said, well, actually, I wasn't quitting. I was going to downgrade. And so when I did that, they were like, no, we'll go ahead and.
That I know of. What do you have?
I have the one where it's like 4 hosts and basically not the top tier, but the second to the top.
I've got the $44 tier. What do you got?
It was like 60 something until they dropped the price.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm paying 44 and something right now.
And there's really nothing else that compares though.
Because they brought me back for 10 a month for like a year. Because I was paying 29. And I was going to quit, and then they said, "Well, if you stay, you get $10 a month for 12 months." So I did that, and then but the last time I was going to punk them out again, and they said, "Well, you can leave, but you're going to lose all your graphics and everything, and you can't get it back." And Bob is a pain in the ass put all this shit up.
Oh, it is. It is.
That's what I thought, and so they cornered me, and I didn't do it. So I'm 42%. What are you paying now?
It's like 55 a month or something like that.
So you got a better thing than we got then.
Probably. Let me see what the.
Well, we can have 4 hosts here. We can have 10.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it was like
plan,
you either have 2, 4, or there's like 10 or some shit like that. And that's like corporate rates. So I did the 4.
Well, thank you, Macho Man. Is there any decent people out there tonight that would like to match the Macho Man? Joe Cronin going to be coming over here on Tuesdays. He's a big podcaster in the New York area, has a shitload of followers, shitload of views, very professional setup over there. And Joe's smooth. Joe's a very good podcaster. We hadn't spoke in 12, 13 years. So thanks to the co-host, the host of the show last night that had me on for the 70s music trivia. But he was a big John Cena fan. I did 3 hours with him because I was having a good time. We talked more about wrestling and just bullshit. Not even that much about wrestling, just bullshit. Just some wrestling. And just how bad wrestling TV has gotten lately. And Vince Russo pointed out that SmackDown didn't even get 1 million viewers last week.
Oh, wow.
They were blaming it on the World Series. They said, blame it on whatever you want. Wrestling fans find a way to watch.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Well, that and a lot of people are pissed off because, they were appealing to Nick Khan to lower these prices. And he basically said, fuck y'all. And so they're going to keep those $1,500 ringside tickets. And they basically priced the common man out.
AEW's charging $1,500?
No, WWE.
Oh, Nick Khan.
Nick
I
Khan,
was thinking Tony Khan.
Yeah, no.
Okay, all right. Well,
and
guys,
some of the workers are saying, hey, you need to listen to the crowd.
Let me smarten y'all up to something. We have the power, but it takes we to do it. Me never accomplished shit. It takes we. I'm a me, and I'm a mouthy fuck, and I can get what I want, but you know where I got the most power? Is when I got a shitload of me's that got my back.
Yep.
And that's what we have to do. And I don't care if it's politics, grocery prices, restaurant prices. When we say we ain't paying that no more, guess what? They got 2 choices. Lower the fucking prices or go out of business. WWE or AEW.
The problem is, though, there's people mortgaging their house to do like these WrestleMania packages. And
they're fucking morons.
Yeah.
They're getting exactly what they deserve. I don't care how much money you got. If you're paying the mark price, guess what I don't do? I love sodas. You know what I'm drinking? And I got a little money. Fuck, I get a food stamp card until this month. But I got a little money. I got a food stamp card. I got a savings account. I've got an investment account. And at my age, I still get my food stamp card because I'm on Social Security and I'm on disability. So I still get my food stamp card. I ain't hiding anything from anybody. You see what I'm drinking? I can afford more. I'm drinking discount $4.39 Big K Cola from Kroger is what I'm drinking. And there's a reason for that. I ain't paying $11.99 or $12.99 for the name brands. Now, when they're on sale and they get closer to $5 a 12-pack, that's still more than they should be.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, that's still more than the mark price because pre-COVID, you could get 4 name brand soft drinks, 4 for $10. Conan, Conan. Coletrane knows this. Conan's a big fan of Joe Cronin, by the way. He was dropping Conan's name the other day. And I tell you who else I found out that...
I'm a fan of Conan.
I like Conan. And I also found out that Chris Jericho is a big fan of Joe Cronin.
Oh, nice.
I know why, because I looked at his Twitter page, and he's got clips of him putting him over. Maybe I should do. Where's my Stone Cold clip where we're talking about The Walking Dead? Where's that?
Yeah, I used to steal a lot of Conan's quotes, and they used to help me with the ladies back in college.
I had a guy tell me today.
He was so smooth.
He says, Kenny, my ride home tonight, played a song for me. He says, Kenny, I got so much tail off this song. I said, how'd you do that? I'd play this, and I'd go out on the dance floor, and I'd dance by myself, and the women would just come rushing. He said, what did you do to get women? I said, I used my voice, an intellect, and some talent, and a very small penis. He said, how does small penis get you the women? I said, I was no threat to hurt them like their previous boyfriends.
And
no worry of that here, baby. No pain,
I've heard
no
a
gain.
lot of women say that, though, that they prefer smaller because, you think because of porn.
I've been very popular in Louisville for many years.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people.
How big is your dong? God, it could possibly be over 2 inches. And then the women come flocking because they know it's a night off at the office,
Yeah, it's like a
guy like you, they probably got to work,
No comment.
And that's the worst thing. And that's the worst thing somebody like me can do. Well, Kenny just said he's got a very small penis. So now what do we say about him? Because normally the worst thing you can do is talk about a guy. And so when it's a 4 no, I wish. Fuck, come on.
You know what people try to hit me with is either gay or bald. I'm like, okay, making fun of an entire
Kelly
civilization.
Savalas got more ass than anybody. Look at him.
I'm telling you, yeah. Well, and then I looked it up. 42% of the world of men are bald.
Kelly Savalas.
Yep.
Is it that high?
It's that high, yeah.
Damn.
Bald or balding, but basically bald enough to notice.
Over here it's only 33%. So we have brought the averages. The averages down.
We have the average of full-headed hair men.
There you go. 66.6%.
Oh Lord. So we solved the air traffic controller problem. I think we still have one measly. Thank you though, Macho Man, and for your expert advice on how long a meter hose is. That's it, Randy the Macho Man, and so we need $25 more out there from somebody to get the Macho Man to do what he do and go and to try and get us $80 tonight.
Who do that? You do so well.
And so can I get y'all to help me get this pool for these kids? I bought the pool. I buried a dead woman. I buried my brother.
I hope she was dead.
That's the rumors.
She's only mostly dead.
Just see that hand.
She seemed to not be breathing much, is what I was told.
Okay. Oh, good.
I'm not dead yet.
Ring in your dead.
Either that, or she was dead to them.
I'll be dead soon enough.
Yeah, I thought y'all said she was dead. Well, she's dead to us. bitch hadn't pitched in on the rent in 3 months.
No, we said dead beat. That's
check that. Yeah, check it. That's a lot of what's watching the show tonight.
Dead beat.
But I guess I need to start sending out links again, because the one night I don't send out any links, no one knows.
Well, we do have a number of viewers. It's just nobody's saying anything. So maybe the trolls are just watching.
Go figure that. So the number of viewers.
They want all the goodness for themselves.
Do you see any names?
No.
Just Pasta Tart and Randy.
Okay.
Well, there was Jefferson Kagamok. Who's that?
Yeah, it's a Filipino.
That's Filipino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
named Jefferson, huh?
Thomas Jefferson.
I'm Jeff.
Tom, yeah, they're very into their presidential politics over there. Well, what else do I have to talk about tonight? Because we're at 10-16, so Bob, it don't look like that challenge is going to be made tonight.
And I got to bounce to feed my daughter because she's been sick today. So
I just fed the doggies before the show started. They sent me home with a large, and I got 20 pizza cards. So anybody that donated tonight that wanted to buy any of our autograph memorabilia, do we have anything on cue that we can show that's up for sale? Remember the John Cena book? Got one of those. We got the John Cena book. Well, I don't. Yeah, there it is. And you can get that picture right there. They'll come with this for a $100 donation. I think I sold my Pete Rose bat and a Chris Benoit picture for a package deal of $300. The man at Blaze says he needs to think about it, get permission from the wife, and he said and on top of that, he'd throw in some more pizza cards for the Pete Rose autograph bat, a Pete Rose baseball, and the Chris Benoit picture. I said, if we do that, and I originally said $350. I said, man, you're good to us over here. You give us a lot of free pizza cards. Those go to people that need, because I don't need your cards. I eat free when I come over here anyway. So I put them in the hands of people that it helps. And
I forgot I have a big thick stack about that big 30-year-old.
I've already told you how tiny mine is. Don't be bragging.
Like 32-year-old WCW trading cards. And,
I got a shitload of stuff like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I can send that out too, because I'm sure somebody would eat those up.
Well, hang on until we get some bits. Show them on your show.
Okay,
and,
yeah.
We could just.
I got a lot of Dutches too. A lot of Dutch Mantels.
No one's gonna buy those.
Those are highly valuable.
Oh yeah, you sign it, it goes low.
Dutch might buy them. Big mark for himself.
Matter of fact, I think I have Tracy Smothers too. I have a lot of people that are.
I doubt Tracy's going to be buying anything.
Tracy,
yeah, he can't autograph it.
There you go, burying the dead again. There we go. One more time.
All right, fellas, I got to bounce. I'll see you.
All right, boss. Thank you for dropping in.
No problem.
From the Starmaker Bolin Show.
Yeah, please send me that. That is great. I love that. And I don't know that I want number one. The first one.
That one's a little frightening.
That one's that'd be appropriate for Halloween, I guess.
I
love Velma, by the way. I'm a big Velma fan.
There you go, Velma. And
Velma were 18.
R.I.P. Timmy John.
No, that's Jerry Lawler. Oh, as a matter of fact, there was a girl tonight. I thought she was at least 17, maybe a high school basketball star, volleyball star. This was one of the most gorgeous females I've ever seen in my life. Probably pushing 6 feet tall. Body out of this fucking world. I was going to say, there's no way this girl ain't close to 18. But she's working at the pizza place. And then I see her walk from the side, and I'm going, that might be one of the most unbelievably gifted women. And I said, Mr. Manager, how old's that girl right there? He said, well, we hire a lot of high school. I said, well, I gathered she was in high school. But just out of curiosity, there needs to be basketball teams and volleyball teams recruiting this girl. She's 6 feet tall. She's got an athlete's body. Oh, she plays high school basketball right now. Okay, good. So I'm on the right scheme here. And I said, how old is she? He looks at me. How old do you think she is? I said, got to be pushing 18. He says, no. I said, 17? He says, no. 16? No. 15? He said, I don't know when her birthday is, but right now she's 15. And we love hiring people like that because of child labor laws. We pretty much dictate they got to work when they're here. They got to be in uniform. Bathroom breaks are 10 minutes. This day and age, a lot of kids want to make their $13 to $15 an hour and go to the bathroom for an hour and chat on their phones. You're not allowed to take your phone with you to the bathroom. I said, you can dictate how long somebody goes to the bathroom. What if they're constipated? That's a health violation. They have to go home. How do you know if they're constipated? Well, they should tell us. I bet they don't. I said, what if they got diarrhea and they got to go to the bathroom often? Well, if you got diarrhea, that's a health code violation. They got to go home. Who the hell coming in here to tell you they're on diarrhea? Well, they're supposed to. I said, I bet they don't. I said, so you're controlling when people go to the bathroom. So my other guest that's with me says, Kenny, I had a guy that was notorious for going to the bathroom, taking his phone with him, and he'd be gone for 30 to 45 minutes. We're paying him fucking $13, $15 an hour to go to the goddamn bathroom, chat on his phone. I told him, don't you ever take your phone to the bathroom again. He took his goddamn phone to the bathroom. I opened the door, yelled at him, hey, you got your phone in there? You got 5 minutes to get out of there. 10, 15 minutes later, he's still in there. He said, I go in there, Kenny. I go in there, and he's in the stall. He said, and this is apparently the corporate terms, there's the shitter and there's the pisser. He was in the shitter with the door closed. He says, he says, I kicked that door open, and there he sits with the phone under his arm, acting like he doesn't have his phone. He says, give me your phone. He looks at me like, what? I ain't got no phone. Give me your goddamn phone. He's a military guy with a bit of an anger management problem. And he won't give it to us. He reaches under his arm, yanks the phone. He says, finish taking your shit and get your ass back to work. I said, God damn, I never went through that at Kroger. We had a union. You take your shit at Kroger and not have to worry about anything like that. So, that's, you don't want to work for that guy. He will not grant you any.
No, there's no leeway there. There's no leeway there. I'm doing
the podcast right now, Dutch, that you did not show up for. And
you were invited, and I would have sent you a link if I'd wanted to or thought about it.
You were invited. Well, I sent Dutch a joint link. I did.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm talking to Bob right now about how showed us again. I would have showed up at your show, but, you won't invite me.
But your damn co-host.
This is all going on the air right now, just so you know. So I said, good day, Dutch. Quit asking me for money.
And thank you for your co-host hating Kenny so badly. James or whatever his name is.
I'm starting to wonder. Maybe because I'm opinionated. Let's see. Wow, my daughter is so beautiful. Well, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing. That is where'd she go? I had her up there for a second. That is that's Marianne. I saw Joan's name come up there first. Oh, here it is. Okay, that is. That's her beautiful daughter. So we got throw Velma up there one more time, being as Joan's in the room. Let's let her let's see her other daughter. So so there she is. Do you think she looks like Velma? So next movie that's made, that kid's got to be in it. And because the only thing I did was put the Velma clothes on her. That's her face, her eyes, and I added Scooby. I just told her to add Scooby. So, Bob, what AI device do you use? Because Meta sucks.
I usually I use Gemini for the most part. Typically, I'll use a combination of Gemini and Photoshop. Like I don't.
Meta's good at removing people.
Yes.
And changing, and not all that good at changing backgrounds, because a lot of times it'll mix the two backgrounds together. Are you telling Lawler about the high school schooler?
No, we're not telling Lawler about any high school.
No, we are not telling Lawler about the girl at Blaze. We are not. Gonna keep that to
not
ourselves.
That would matter to Jerry, but
not. There's no. Well, he's sick right now. So
and he's not.
Let me see if anybody else donated. Randy, Randy, find me
for your
another
donation,
YouTube.
Randy.
Randy, find me another YouTube customer. Dutch said what I just said is racist. Okay, no. It was maybe sexist.
How can it be racist?
I don't know.
It was Dutchist.
It might have been that.
Is
There
Dutch
we
a
go. There's that great picture. There's that great picture.
Dutch is a full race of his own.
Joan, do you like the picture of your daughter Velma now? Little Velma. Nope. $15 was it, Bob. Randy's.
Thank you, Randy, and
Donald
the rest
Flowers
of you.
is off the hook. So anybody out there watching or catches the recorded version, I will give till midnight for us to get $25 more so we can get Donald Flowers $40. Because right now we don't have it, and we need 25 more measly dollars to get him to do the $40 challenge, like we did with Nicole the other day. So that's why they're doing it, Bob. That's why those mouthy little fucks ain't saying anything, because they know the King's about fed up. They know the King's getting ready to start doing shows with Bill after. I'm not even going to tell you the name of the show because you didn't earn it.
That's right.
You don't even get the name of the show. You don't even get to know when it starts. But me and Bill after doing a show, and you're not invited. We don't want deadbeats. We want good people. Randy Satterley can come. Pasta Tart can come, and Donald Flowers can come. Filipinos can come. Rest of you, go blow a yak, because that's going to be a struggle. Yaks don't like that shit, so I've heard. Dutch has probably had experience with yaks. He had that bullwhip, probably over some sexual agreement.
Is that like another wrestling name for ring rats or something?
No,
Dutch wouldn't know about those, though.
A yak. A yak.
Yakety yak. This stream has been hacked.
It's like an ox.
It's like an ox, right?
Like an ox.
Not Baker. Hairy ox.
Not Baker, who I love.
Hairy ox,
by the way. I wonder
now,
if
see,
Ox
Baker should have had a tag team partner named Yak Baker.
Ox and Yak Baker, the Baker Boys, the fabulous Baker Boys.
The fabulous.
He was
Baker
the fabulous Ox Baker.
Exactly.
Who else was fabulous? The fabulous Jackie Fargo. One of them. They should have fought each other to see who was truly fabulous.
The fabulous ones.
And then John Cena Sr. could have been the referee, Johnny Fabo.
There you go.
The fabulous Johnny Fabo.
And he would have hit someone in the head with a Fabo pop.
See what I say about originality? Nobody's got it.
It's over. It's overblown.
Certainly over. So,
all right, let's get out of here.
I'm begging you as a group, somebody come up with $25 so I can shame Donald Flowers into honoring his challenge. Otherwise, this is fucking horrible. But
it's not the worst night we've ever had, but it's right up there.
We've had a little bit worse. And I would say not recently, but it was recent.
Especially after I shared that very touching personal story before you guys got on. So
I didn't get to hear it.
Well, I'll tell you off here.
Yeah, me too.
All right, we're out of here, Kenny.
Well,
we're out. Goodbye.
Until another night, we said good day.
We said